Hey everybody, this is the 81 Donruss set that I'm working on. I just figured I'd show off the cards that I've gotten so far. I've gotten most of these, probably half of these, through the mail successes, and the other half I've purchased. I'm trying to collect most of the hard to find ones first, and then doing TTMs to fill in the rest. So this is the first set that Donruss put out. A lot of people hate this set, but I kind of like the pictures on them and stuff, so that's why I'm working on this set. It's also the first cards I ever got. My mother worked for a company that made the albums that Donruss distributed with their collector sets back then, so I was able to get a couple of sets way back then. I've purchased some here recently, and I've started to really work on the set. So here it goes. First one is Greg Nettles. I got a refusal from him a few weeks ago, but I had gotten him TTM back in the 80s probably. So the next one is Raleigh Fingers. Got him via the senior league back in the early 90s, I believe. Next one is Steve Howe. Got him during his playing days with the Yankees, and he was always a real good signer. Whenever he was in the majors, he had a lot of problems, but he's deceased now. The next one is Goose Gossage, Cecil Cooper, Amos Otis. This is the first card that I ever got signed through the mail. I wrote to him via the senior league. Beckett published all the addresses, the one season or 2 seasons that they were in existence, and listed some of the key players, and he's one of the guys that I sent to, and he was the very first success I ever got. I think he signed in 5 or 6 days too. The next one is Tommy Lasorda, and Tony La Russa, Sparky Anderson, Bert Campaneris, Bill Lee, Floyd Bannister, Dennis Leonard, Ron Say, Al Brumley, Al Bunbury, Rod Carew. Got him through the mail in the 80s as well. He has 2 cards in this set. This is the only one I sent though. Dusty Baker, Mike Cubbage, John Tudor, Bruce Bochy, Rick Manning, Tom Underwood, Johnny Grubb, Ben Ogilvy, Alan Ashby, Ken Landreau, Rich Dotson, Larry Sorensen, Don Baylor, Chris Chambliss, another Ken Landreau, Bob Boone, Jim Fry, Bill Gullickson, Lonnie Smith, Frank Tanana, Ed Ott, Ernie Witt, John Wathen, Danny Darwin, Bruce Benedict, Buck Rogers, Mike Proley, Tom Brookins, Dan Schatzner, Jim Beattie, Larry Boa, Tim Blackwell, Don Ace, Tim Stoddard, Steve Kemp, Ron Hassey, Glenn Abbott, another John Wathen, Gary Ward, Butch Weiniger, Jeff Cox, Billy Sample, Bob Shirley, Rob Piccolo, Glenn Hoffman, Jim Sundberg, Keith Moreland, Richie Hebner, Dane Iwerg, Dick Drago, Sal Butera, Doug Corbett, Terry Poole, Jim Fergosi, Joe Nolan, Leon Durham, Rick Waits, Dave Rosma, Bert Hooten, Andre Thornton, Barry Bonnell, Frank LaCourte, He signed his error card. Joe Sambito, Sid Manji, Mitchell Page, Mario Mendoza, Carlton Fisk, Pete Falcone, Chuck Tanner, Bob McClure, Jerry Kuzman, Rick Sutcliffe, Ray Knight, Phil Garner, Darrell Evans, Andre Dawson, Dickie Knowles, Yogi Berra, Gary Carter, Dave Garcia, Vern Rule on his error card, Vern Rule on the correction, Ron LaFour, Dwayne Kuiper, Denny Walling, Lynn Sakata, Daryl Thomas, Otto Velez, Jerry Royster, Tim Raines, Omar Marino, Fred Martinez, Joe Lefebvre, Joe Amalfitano, Dave Concepcion, Damaso Garcia, George Foster, Tim Foley, Dan Quisenberry, Paul Molitor, Joe Necro, Lee Lacey, Steve Rogers, Red Shades, Dave Smith, Eddie Solomon, Tony Scott. Card's a little scuffed up. These cards were real bad about that. It's like they were printed on index card stock or something. Julio Cruz, Jose Cruz, Ozzie Smith, Padres uniform, Larry Cox, Mark Fidrich, Woody Fryman, Mike Easler, Bobby Clark, Jack Clark, Luis Gomez, Steve Henderson, Larry Herndon, Tommy John, Alvis Woods, Junior Kennedy, Mike Jorgensen, Chris Spear, Willie Hernandez, Jim Cott, Bobby Castillo, Rick Camp. That's supposedly a really tough card to get for the set. Dick Williams, Jim Tracy, Jackson Todd, Eddie Whitson, Pete Vukovich. It's a really hard card to get for the set, and he never signs his full name, at least not that I've really seen. It's usually Pete Vukovich. Manny Trio, Frank White, Lou Whitaker, Mike Vale, Doug Bayer, Buddy Bell, Joe Bibby, Tony Armas, Willie Stargell. There's the other one he has in the set. Frank Tavares, John Tamagaro, Don Sutton, John Milner, Greg Minton, Greg Reynolds, John LeMaster, Mark Little, John Mayberry, Bobby Brown, Charlie Liebrandt, Greg Luzinski, Lance Parrish, Darryl Porter. I bought this one. It's inscribed, but I believe it's real, and he's deceased, and that's another tough one for the set. Steve Nicosa, Ron Oster. It's an early signature for him. He signs more loops now than that, but it compares good to some from the era. Luis Poulos, Nelson Norman, Pat Putnam, and Enos Campbell. And that's about it for the set so far, guys. It's I have, I think, 179 out of 605, so I guess that's about 30% or so. So thanks for watching. I'll keep posting updates.